In the new theater of Conquest Rome, there is a unique Air Force gameplay. The battlefield provides players with 3 exclusive Air Force units. This article will give you a detailed introduction. Every player who enters the Rome Theater of Conquest can choose a Theater of Conquest Air Force for free. If you want to switch to another Theater of Conquest Air Force, you will have 2 opportunities to choose for free. If you want to switch after that, it will cost 500 gold/time. When you select the Theater of Conquest Air Force, it is the same as the standard Air Force unit. You need to click to enter the battle before it can be used. It can also be upgraded/modified, and its maximum level is level 200. The 3 types of Theater of Conquest Air Force have exclusive Gold++ parts, which will be automatically acquired and equipped when you select it. They cannot be disassembled and replaced, and will be automatically switched every time you change fighter planes. The initial star of the unit is 7.2 stars. You can increase the star rating by using prototypes, up to a maximum of 9.2 stars. After the conquest is over, the fighter plane will be converted, and all the prototypes and resources spent on upgrading will be refunded. 4 new Air Force technologies have been added to the battlefield, which can be upgraded in Air Force reinforcement. Each of the 3 Theater of Conquest Air Force has an exclusive enhanced technology and a standard Air Force technology. Each of these 4 technologies has 9 normal node and 3 special node. The progress of technology is independent. Upgrading technology requires points, which can be exchanged for Celium. Each technology requires 70 points to fully upgrade. Each technology needs to upgrade 3 ordinary node before upgrading 1 characteristic node. If you have enough points, you can also click on the node that needs to be upgraded to quickly upgrade it at one time. The characteristic node of the 3 Theater of Conquest Air Force are their exclusive skills. It is recommended to upgrade as the following: prioritize the Theater of Conquest Air Force technology. After upgrading all node, then upgrade the standard Air Force technology. If you change to another fighter plane, you can use 500 gold to reset the technology with an unlimited number of times. The 3 Theater of Conquest Air Force units are Whisperwind from Liberty Division, Vortex from Vanguard Division, and Lanaret from Martyrs Division. The characteristics of the Whisperwind are: the Lanaret's bombs deal DMG to up to 6 enemy troops within 2 map grids of their target. These troops take 80% of the bomb's DMG and deal 10% less DMG for 5s. This effect cannot stack. The Lanaret's bombing runs reduce their target's speed by 50%. The Lanaret's bombing runs reduce their target's DMG resist by 10%. This effect also applies to the bombing run that inflicted it. This effect does not stack. The number of enemy troops that can be hit by the Lanaret's bombs is increased to 8. The characteristics of the Vortex are: other than its main target, the Vortex can fire laser beams at up to 2 other enemy Air Force troops within its firing range every 8 seconds. Each laser beam deals DMG equal to 3.2 seconds worth of normal attacks. The DMG the Vortex deals to its secondary targets is increased to 4.8s worth of normal attacks. The Vortex's attacks reduce the DMG resist of their target by 1. This effect can stack up to 10 times and lasts for 20 seconds. Increases the Vortex's maximum secondary targets by 1. The characteristics of the Lanaret are: the Whisperwind reduces the firepower of all fighter planes within its firing range by 10%. This effect cannot stack. Enemy fighter planes will prioritize the Whisperwind when selecting a target to attack. LF the Whisperwind is damaged for more than 10% of its max HP within 5 seconds, it is only damaged for 10% of its max HP. Cooldown, 120 seconds. The Whisperwind reduces the DMG dealt by enemy bombers within its firing range by 10%. This effect does not stack. The Whisperwind is from Liberty Division and is the only bomber among the 3 Theater of Conquest Air Force units. It can reduce the speed, the attack, and defense of the enemy. The bomb of Whisperwind can deal DMG to enemy troops within 2 map grids of their target, and these troops take 80% of the bomb's DMG. Initially, it can deal DMG to up to 6 enemy troops, and after upgrade, it can deal DMG to 8 enemy troops. Compared with the standard bombers of Liberty Division, Whisperwind cannot freely choose the bombing area. They must select enemy units or buildings before they attack. The advantage is that it can track and launch attacks even if the target moves. The disadvantage is that it is easier for the enemy to use its characteristics to get into a dangerous position. When bombing, you need to pay attention to the location of the target. Once you find that the location is dangerous, you need to withdraw in time. The Vortex is from Vanguard Division and is a fighter plane. Its main ability is in addition to the locked main target, it can fire laser beams at up to 3 other enemies every 8. Each laser beam deals DMG equal to 4.8s worth of normal attacks. In other words, the 3 sub-targets received 60% DMG from normal attacks within 8. At the same time, each attack of Vortex will reduce the target's DMG resist up to 10%. Its characteristics are more suitable for large-scale continuous battles, and the total DMG it can deal is higher than that of standard fighter planes. In the presence of Lanaret, the multi-unit DMG of the Vortex becomes particularly important. The Lanaret is from Martyr's Division and is a fighter plane. Enemy fighter planes will prioritize the Lanaret when selecting a target to attack. Its skill allows it to only be damaged for 10% of its max HP within 5s. It is equivalent to being invincible for 5s, no matter it is under attack by how many units, the HP will only be reduced by 10%. At the same time, it reduces the DMG dealt by enemy bombers. It can have a very good DMG reduction buff whether it attacks or defends. The characteristics of Lanaret have changed the pattern of air combat. The configuration of fighter planes with high single-unit DMG has been restrained, and multi-unit attack capability has become more important. Let's look at the fighter plane first. The firepower of the Vortex is not as good as that of the fully upgraded Standard Air Force. Its HP is basically the same as Vanguard Division fighter plane. Its intercept and jamming capability are the worst. Its maneuverability is only higher than that of the Vanguard Division fighter plane. The reduction in the firepower of the Vortex should be to balance its AoE attack ability and prevent standard fighter planes from having no chance to play. The reduction in jamming capability is also to avoid causing a stronger obstacle to the bombers. The HP and maneuverability of the Lanaret are different from other fighter planes. Maximizing the defense and greatly reducing the DMG of the Lanaret is equivalent to consigning it to the position of defense fighter plane. The weakening of the Whisperwind's ground firepower and the increasing of the bombing interval are a balance to its AoE attack capability. The HP of the Whisperwind is higher than Martyr's and Vanguard divisions, one level lower than Liberty Division, and its maneuverability and stability are lower than standard bombers. In conclusion, at the same level, the basic attributes of the Theater of Conquest Air Force units are not stronger than those of the standard Air Force units, and even some are much weaker. However, the Theater of Conquest Air Force unit comes with exclusive Gold++ parts and 4 additional skills. If the standard Air Force unit is not upgraded enough, the combat effectiveness will be far inferior to the Theater of Conquest Air Force unit. If you are a minnow, using the Theater of Conquest Air Force unit is better than the standard Air Force unit. If you are a whale, you can choose according to your own ideas. The above is the introduction to the Theater of Conquest Air Force unit in the Rome Theater of Conquest. I hope it will be helpful to you.